Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dharma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take a few minutes for ourselves to clarify how this meditation will help for us to develop our inner awareness. So when it comes to this practice, mainly it's based with two mental cultures. So one is called samatha, another one the vipassana, the very classical words. So samatha and vipassana, these both mental cultures, we go as tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So through tranquility meditation, we calm down, tranquilize our mind, and get out of five hindrance. So get out of the five hindrance is the main purpose of the tranquility meditation. And sometimes from other meditation techniques, from different methods or the different spiritual background or the roots, has a kind of like a way to increase the nature of five hindrance. So then when you look for the wisdom path, if you look for liberation, you have to be very careful to select or find a meditation technique which is not increase or agitate or empower your five hindrance. And if any meditation technique help you to reduce the strength of the five hindrance, then it will help you to tranquilize the mind. And out of that tranquility mind, you can develop the analytical mind. So when it comes to the vipassana, it's deeply help you to analyze. So what you should analyze. So that is one of the important, why we have to settle down our mind, calm down mind, and why we have to get out of the five hindrance, and what we should analyze. So when it comes to that, we have to analyze our own inner experience. So when it comes to that, it starts with the perception. So when it comes to the world, what is the meaning of world? So the world is, one meaning is head to toes your body. Another thing is with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, whatever the perception that you perceive, that also you take it as the world. So then you have to focus, you have to recognize that your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. You have to be very clear with that. What is this? What is your eye? What is the behavior of it? What is your ear? What is the behavior of it? What you understand as your ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And at the same time, for your eyes, forms or the pictures or the colors, eye object, ear object, the sound, the nose object, the smell, tongue object, the taste, the body object, the tongue, the touch, and the mind object, the thoughts. So you have to be very clear and recognize what is that. And so once you are capable to recognize it, you are capable to recognize six kind of consciousness related to your eye. Now you know the eye and you know the object, eye object. So when you are capable to recognize this, you are capable to recognize the eye consciousness. So sometimes we experience only the eye object, and once you are capable to recognize ear and ear object, you are capable to recognize ear consciousness, and you are capable to recognize the nose, and you are capable to recognize the smell. You are capable to recognize nose consciousness. It is totally different. Once you are capable to recognize the tongue, and once you are capable to recognize the tongue object or the taste, you are capable to recognize the consciousness, tongue consciousness. And once you are capable to recognize the body and the body object, touch or the sensation, and so the feelings, and then you recognize body consciousness. And the mind, once you are capable to recognize the mind and the mind object, the thoughts, then you are capable to recognize the mind consciousness. So then there are six consciousness. See that it goes step by. So then you have to start to recognize it by physical material. It is very easy for us. We go towards object very easily. So you can recognize that the eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, the body object, mind object easily. And then you can recognize the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And then you are capable to recognize the consciousness. So then there are six consciousness. And once you are capable to recognize that, it go a little bit deeper. So with the eye object, eye consciousness, then you can recognize eye contact, ear object, ear consciousness, then the ear contact, nose object, nose consciousness, nose contact, tongue object, tongue consciousness, and the tongue contact, the body object, body consciousness, body contact. The mind, thoughts, or the mind object, mind consciousness, and the mind contact. Once you are capable to that, then your roots, the recognition, your analytical mind become more sharper and go deeper to see the feelings. I object, I consciousness, I contact. Out of that contact, you gain feelings. It's different. So here, your object, your consciousness, your contact, and then the feelings. And the knows object, knows consciousness, knows contact, knows feeling. And the body, the tongue object, the tongue and the consciousness, contact, feelings. The consciousness contacts feelings. The body object, and the body consciousness, body contact, and the body feelings. Mind object, thoughts, mind consciousness, mind contact, mind feelings. So once you are capable to get into that level, what happens? The very next things, the desire. So when you see something related to your eye, with that contact, with that consciousness, there is a contact, and according to that contact, there is a feeling, and there is a desire related to your eye. So with the same thing with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and it has eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, object, and out of that, your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness, and out of your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, contact, out of your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, feelings, and out of that all the feelings, your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind has the desire. That's it. There's nothing else. You take it as the world, the universe, samsara, that is it. There's nothing else. This is what you have to understand. You name as the self, I am, me, this is mine, this everything included to this category. There is nothing beyond this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind connection. So that's why once you tranquilize the mind, you need very sharp, clear, analytical mind to experience within your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind experience that connection. That's why something far away, unseen things doesn't work with this meditation. You are itself your meditation object. You are itself, your head to toes, your body is the itself, your meditation path. Your head to toes, this body, your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind is the door to entrance to the wisdom. Your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind itself is the finishing line of your samsara. Your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind itself is the liberation. So the thing is, if this is the moment of experience, why we can't get it? Why we can't find that, then how out of our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, out of your these objects, consciousness, contacts, feelings, the desire arise? Why then in this very moment we creating the samsara rather than the liberation? It's a fair question. But the thing is, if you don't look into yourself, you will not find the answers. So then what we does mostly in day-to-day life, we look into something else. And at the same time, we take this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind experience as a kind of like a self, or kind of like a very permanent, concrete moment of experience. So that is where we develop this everything. So then, and when it comes to the Buddhism, the very foundation come out of the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and the selflessness. So the most difficult part to get out of this selflessness, because we, this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, we take as the self. So then through meditation, we have to go a little bit deeper to see, rather than developing the desire, how you can withdraw from it. It is not resisting. Remember that. That is very careful. Don't resist. Don't control. Don't try to run away. Don't try to escape. Don't look for shortcuts. Don't look for different way. Be open to eye consciousness. Learn to be very clear with what appears in front of your eye. Be very clear with your eye. Be very clear with your eye consciousness. Be very clear with your eye contact. Be very clear with your eye feelings. Learn to see the desire arise related to your eye experience. Desire arise according to what you see. So as example, when you, in this very moment, if you see something, and out of this, if the desire arise, when you are capable to see it, it related to your, that what you see the desire as, not what you hear. So you are capable to get that. And when you hear something, when the desire arises according to what you hear, recognize it. As example, it's not what you hear, it's the see, it's what you hear. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, it's calming down, bell sound. So it's come out of your ear consciousness. So the nose the same, tongue the same. So like that, learn to be very clear. That clarity itself develop this analytical mind. And when it comes to that, by thinking we can't get there. So then what we need to do? There's a very fair method that what the Buddha taught. So whatever you experience, whatever in front of you as your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, objects. So it's very easy for us. So this is an object for me. Oh, this is my cup. You know, this is for me. So like that, we can take this as an object for us. And this everything appear to me kind of like object. So whatever they are, take it. You can do it by contemplating, or even you open your eyes, then you can do it kind of like a experiment using your hands even. So then the meditation has a different way of avenues, different way to access. And then you can, closing your eyes, you can do the meditation. And at the same time, when it comes to Vipassana, opening your eyes, also you can do it. But in the beginning, to calm down and tranquilize the mind, maybe you need to have some kind of discipline and practice method to follow. But it is only for tranquility meditation. Remember that. When it comes to Vipassana meditation, no technique, no method, or kind of like no posture, or no place, no time. It's whatever come to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, the way you analyze is your meditation. So how you have to analyze it? You have to look into it and see what is the nature of it. Because there is nothing now you're going to miss. You know, there is nothing. Eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, body object, mind object. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, contact. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, feelings. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, desires. There is nothing else. So once you become very clear to recognize this, the very nature of it, the analytical mind, how you develop, the very first thing, look into it and see if it is always altering or changing the character, if it is change its own composition moment by moment. Just see the change. Don't look into something, oh, what is this? Okay. No, just look into that change. So this is what the important thing. Just imagine that this is something that we, let me get something. So here we have this. Okay, this is a candle. So this is what you have to, so I think you can see it. Okay, just remember, this is the mistake that we do. So that's why when you look into this candle light, simply empty your mind and just look it. Don't put your thoughts on your point of view. Always remember to keep clear and look and see the very behavior, the character, or the very nature of it itself. And when you see it, you will, if you see it's always change its character or the composition. Don't try to think about, oh, it's changing, oh, it's changing. Like this is the mistake most of the time we do. So just free your mind from that thoughts, because once you remember, one consciousness interfere at one time, you know, only one consciousness interfere only one time. There's no two consciousness. This is what I'm, now you observing your ear, your eye consciousness become clear with the eye object. And so now you try to see the very behavior of it. So what happened once you start to see it, if you bring your thoughts to think about the light, what happened, that what you see anymore not going to see, that your consciousness become interfere with your mind consciousness. So the mind consciousness does work with the mind object, that's mean thoughts, not with the eye. Mind has its own consciousness. So now you become very clear not to think about the candle, but to see it. In the beginning, it's kind of like a wild elephant, because we used to think the thoughts going to somehow come and overtake this moment. But if you become calm down, relax, and bring your awareness and to see this, then by the time you recognize this altering or change the composition, change it, always change. So that change you recognize by seeing, not by thinking. That is totally different way of recognizing. Maybe you can think about it. Oh, it's changing, kind of like that. But that's not what we talk about. That's already there. Then you no need to think about, look at the candlelight even, that you know that, but that is not enough for you. That's why through the meditation, we go beyond this thought. Through the meditation, we come to a point to be calm down, not to always interfere with our thoughts or our experience. So that is what the sanskara. So that's why bring your attention and just be with it. Try to listen, try to hear, see it. Don't think. If you think what will happen, what you see, not going to see. And even you don't think about the change. You just hear. By hearing, you're going to recognize something. That recognition is not what you hearing and thinking recognize. It's totally different. By hearing, when you recognize something, it's become total wisdom to you. So that is what you have to gain. So the sound, it's altering, it's changing. But if you try to get it by thinking, you will never catch this sound. You will never get there. So then apply it to nose, tongue, body, mind, all. So that's why one thing is the altering or the changing or the change of the character. It's always in there. So if you recognize something with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and that is the way to understand the impermanence, unsatisfaction, and the by the time it will take you to the end of this self, or you will get the understanding about the selflessness. Another thing is, if in that there is a structure of destruction, so anything that you have to look into, that is important. So remember, if that nature should be inside it, not your thoughts. So when you look into this candle, by the time, if you are capable to go into and recognize the very nature of it, you will see the destruction little by little is there. It's not by you thinking and understanding. And when you hear the sound, you will recognize it has a nature inside the sound, not in your thoughts. Inside the sound, it has a destruction. And not only that, dissolution. It has the very nature of it. So when altering, destruction, dissolution, another thing is with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. if anything, when you look into that, what you recognize, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, taste, it's fading away. Fading away. There's nothing in your world. That means there's nothing with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. In that experience, there's nothing going to be concrete, established, unchangeable, solid. There's nothing. So it's always fading away. It's fading away, that whatever the object and also the subject also. So recognizing this is the way of vipassana. You can do it. It can happen to you in any moment with any experience. And subject to cessation. Another thing is that it's conditioned by something. What does that mean? That is something, you know, that look, that this candle, the light that you see, maybe you focus to the light is the important thing, but look, this light, you know, conditioned by a lot of things, but we don't see that conditions. We just think about only the light. And like that, and maybe when we go to the sound, and maybe with your ear that you enjoy the sound, but you don't see that it's conditioned by something. It's conditioned by something. So this is an art. With your eye, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste, you can feel. And with your ear, you can see. With your nose, you can see, you can hear, you can feel. With your tongue, you can see, you can hear, you can smell. With your body, you can taste, you can hear, you can see. So like that, how it happened like that? This is how it happened. So that this sound conditioned by things, but you can't see it. But the thing is this, when the sound comes, if you are capable to detach your thoughts and allow your ear conscious to be independent rather than interfering your past experience and think about it, once you experience in the moment the sound, what happens? You are capable to see the conditions. By thinking, you can't get it. When you hear the sound, you are capable to, by the time once the mind becomes so sharp and clear, you are capable to recognize it conditioned by something. When you see, you are capable to recognize it conditioned by something. When you are completely, if you are capable to smell anything, any aroma, without thinking about it in the moment, that's why you need the tranquility mind. So in the moment when you are capable to experience it, with your nose consciousness, you are capable to recognize it conditioned by something. See that you can't see it here, but maybe you close your eyes and you put something to your ears, then only the smell. Just imagine, only the smell. And it is the smell, it is invisible. So But when the mind becomes sharp and clear, what happens? You are capable to recognize that a smell conditioned by something. That is why when through the meditation, when the mind becomes sharp and clear, this is not what you think and understand. This understanding comes by experience. So it is not by you read a book, you follow the chart, and now you memorize it and you try to catch it. It's totally different. It doesn't work. You are completely become open and you allow your experience to be there, and you are conscious with the moment of experience. In that very moment of experience, it will show you that whatever you experience, it's conditioned by something. Another thing is, it's dependently arising. Anything with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, anything dependently arises. It arises with something, not itself. So once you are capable to understand that, once you catch that, once you experience that, that is where you recognize this is not me. This is not mine. And I am not that. So this is not this myself, so like that. Once you have that understanding, this unsatisfactory nature disappears. Because this unsatisfactory nature is on the top of the self. That is the reason. That's why on the bottom of, we hold it to self. That's why it called this, because of the ignorance, this everything arises. So the ignorance means what? We believe there is a self. And in one way, there is a different ways that we explain what is ignorance. But one window is, this is me. This all eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind experience, we take as me. So once you hold that, what happened? That unsatisfactory nature is there. And other thing is, we always try to make it permanent, keep continue, maintain. So that will bring this struggle. So this observation will take you deeper to recognize this mechanism. So now remember, when you practice meditation, it always you have to be very limited to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and your object around your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And beyond that, there is nothing. So once you are capable to understand, your eye change, eye object change, eye consciousness change, eye contact change, eye feelings change. The whatever the desire arises is it, with it, has no way to hold it to something. Once you are capable to recognize its deeper analytical way of understanding, with your ear, maybe in the beginning you can go one by one, but by the time you are capable to, in the very moment, to get it like this. So that's why with your ear impermanent change, your object change, your consciousness change, and your contact change, your feelings change, And once you are capable, the desire arises with it, no power. So now with your eye, desire, no power. That doesn't mean the experience not going to happen. It's going to happen, but it has no power to hold it to something, clinging to something. With your ear, it has no power to clinging to something. Nose, the experience happens. That's how you recognize the nose and nose object and the consciousness. And that's how you recognize the contact. That's how you recognize the feelings. But what happened? Out of that feelings, when the desire arises, that desire doesn't have power to clinging to that. So with your tongue impermanent, and the tongue object impermanent, tongue consciousness impermanent, tongue contact impermanent, tongue feelings impermanent, and that when the desire arises, desire it's itself going to arise, but it doesn't have power to hold it to it. So you recognize the body change and the body object change, body consciousness change, body contact change, body feelings change, and out of that feelings, whatever the desire arises, it doesn't have power to clinging to that. You recognize the mind change and mind object or the thoughts change, and out of that the mind consciousness arise, it change, and out of that mind contact arise, it change, out of that mind feelings arise, it change, and then when the mind desires, mental desires arise, you know it's not going to clinging to that. So just imagine, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind contact, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind consciousness, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind contact, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind feelings, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind feelings arise. If it is not clinging to something, it becomes only the moment of experience. That is where your liberation comes. So through the vipassana, you go towards that. That is what, that's why once the very challenge, or I use it only practice point of view, the challenge, so try to recognize the very difficulty for us to recognize this is our hindrance. So that's why tranquility meditation will allow you to settle down and weaken the 5 hindrances. And once you are capable to get into that and calm down your mind, you are capable to recognize this and be with it and understand it and see the very moment of experience without thinking. So once you have that ability and you become you, and you're not going to become you. That means you experience, but you are the one who experienced this body experience, but anymore it doesn't have power to take you to, or the build up any desire on the top of that experience. So that is the end of you, and that is the experience of you. So this is capable. So now you recognize this is not something that you think about or visualize or dream or chant or hopes or pray for unknown something to gain your liberation. This is within your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind experiment. Be very clear with that. So through the breathing meditation, observing your inhalation, exhalation, or the anapanasati, contemplating on your inhalation, exhalation, will start this process, because the breathing is the very subtle, sharp, the experience that we go through. Another thing is the breathing has a very connection to each and everything around us. Another thing is it will develop your analytical mind. So that's why we keep the breathing meditation or the anapanasati or the contemplating inhalation, exhalation as our master technique. It has power, tranquilize the mind, and at the same time, it has power to increase the power of analytical mind. So vipassana, the tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation, this both you can connect, harness, integrate through the breathing meditation. So that is the background, and that is how it's going to take you to the deeper understanding of the wisdom. So then when it comes to what is the wisdom means, what? It is not about covering a syllabus. It is not about knowing some kind of information regarding other planets or the history or the future or the cryptocurrency or the politics or that kind of things. The very wisdom, the very meaning of the wisdom means, are you know what is eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind? Do you know what is your eye object, ear object, nose object, tongue object, body object, mind object? Do you know that? Do you know your eye consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, mind consciousness, or the ear consciousness? Do you know your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind contact? What does that mean? Do you know that? Have you ever experienced it? Do you know what is your, not about others, forget about that. Do you know your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind feelings? Have you ever saw that? Do you know your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind desires? Have you ever analyzed that, see that, recognize that? Maybe you say, I have a degree, I have a PhD, I did this course, I did that course, I have this diploma, or kind of like that. We just keep following the information. But come to this point and be very clear. The wisdom means head to toes with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, recognizing what is happening there. So once you are capable to recognize that, you are capable to experience beyond this conventional life. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. And if you have time, please, whenever you have free time, and listen to this again and again a little bit, and be very clear what our background, what is our field, where our limits. So that will help you to go into deeper tranquility state and to analytical observation. So with that, so keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line. Be comfortable with your posture. So scan head to toes yourself and say Suapatveva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. So bring attention to your body and scan it to toes and be aware of your body. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward and upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata ca me sampadam punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi. Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjisami. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.